Hello everybody, my name is Star Raptor. I'm super excited to bring you my review for Marvel's Doctor Strange. I think something that best describes this movie is from the movie itself saying, forget everything you know. Forget everything you know about a Marvel movie, because guys, this is a huge departure from everything we're used to with Marvel, but it's still familiar. And getting into the story, so we have the character of Doctor Strange, played by Benedict Cumberbatch. You might have seen in Sherlock, or voicing Smaug in The Hobbit. So this character is a really arrogant, full of himself type surgeon that, he's one of the most prestigious people out there. And one day he's going to this party, and he basically crashes his car and loses all of his basic motor functions in his hands to the point where he's always trembling. So in one fell swoop, he loses everything that makes him successful. So he ends up finding out about this, like, I guess you can call them sort of like a cult organization over there in Nepal. So he goes over there and discovers that there's this whole other side to living, this whole mysticism that unlocks so much more potential. So he gets involved with that. Then he finds out about the villain of the story, played by Mads Mikkelsen, who's Casillas, is an ex-student of that organization, and basically Doctor Strange is having to help defeat this character because this character, Casillas, wants to bring in this outside evil to take over Earth. So that is pretty much the story in a nutshell. A couple other side characters I want to mention are the characters of Christine, who is played by Rachel McAdams, who you might have seen in True Detective. She is basically the love interest of Doctor Strange, but it's not your normal type of love affair. She is like his assistant in doing the surgery. She's also a doctor, and I guess they have history together, and it's very evident. I think the chemistry between these two characters is excellent because she is like the foundation of like Earth's, normal reality compared to the other characters, which I will mention. So another character we have is the Ancient One, played by Tilda Swinton. She is basically the master of the arts of magic, and she is the instructor of Benedict Cumberbatch's Doctor Strange, and he takes everything he knows from her. And she has this really great sense about her that she's very welcoming. She's open to, letting him explore his knowledge, but also at a great price. And she's not going to hold his hand through his training, so I really appreciate that. And of course, we have the character that I mentioned of Casillas, played by Mads Mikkelsen, the ex-student of the Ancient One's magical group of people. So, things I want to talk about specifically, things I really enjoyed about this movie, I really appreciated, first off, is the action right from the get-go. Right from the get-go, you are thrust into this battle, and it really gets you in the sense that, yes, this is nothing we've ever seen before on screen. There is just like, such crazy CGI effects in these masters fighting themselves against each other. It's insane. It's like Inception. Like buildings are collapsing on top of each other. This is like in New York City, so it's just like the skyline is just like insane. Getting back to Doctor Strange, I want to talk about how his character is so grounded in reality. I love his origins. Like I said before, he's going from this fool of himself kind of guy, and he ends up being so humble when he finds out about what this all means for him, all this magic. And you got this guy that is, a surgeon, so he believes in hard science and nothing else. And then he's introduced to this holistic version of reality, which was like so interesting because we have conversations about this today, like chiropractors and surgeons and acupuncturists, like, it's a whole different side of medicine. Some people think it works and it's all in their head, and then you have the scientists proving them wrong. Alright, so I want to talk about the visuals in Doctor Strange. They are absolutely mind-blowing. I think that's the best way I can describe it. If you guys see this movie, the only way to see this movie is in IMAX 3D. This, to me, was the best representation of anything I've seen in IMAX so far. It's literally when Doctor Strange first goes into his out of body experience, like I was right there with him. Like my jaw was dropped. Like I just stood there and I was trying to take all of these crazy psychedelic type visuals in at once, and it was just incredible. I don't think I've really felt that way in a long time from a movie, if not ever. And that's the thing. I liked how this movie was all from the eyes of Doctor Strange, because most people don't even know who Doctor Strange is. I can tell you that from people I've talked to. So we actually get to experience this whole side of Marvel. This whole side of Marvel, we're going through the motions with Doctor Strange, and it's just really, really cool seeing it from that perspective. And finally, I liked how they did actually see the way that the magic realm and reality, kind of the mystical, kind of combine in sorts. And you know, you see some like astral projections of Benedict Cumberbatch's Doctor Strange like getting out of his body. Like that was so cool. Like and how they interact, almost like a ghost sort of thing. Okay, so moving on to my cons of the movie. There wasn't much I could say that was negative about this movie, to be honest with you. One thing I do want to point out is, just from the trailers, I was like, wow, this movie is really, really serious. And right away, they nail you with that Marvel tone, alright? They nail you with those really funny quips, that humor. And while I really appreciate the humor, at some points it was done way too much, to the point where there are certain characters that are fighting each other to the death, and they literally just stand there, pause, make a joke, and then fight again. I'm like, really? They're gonna just stop in the middle of trying to kill each other and say something like that, and then go fight it again? Like, I'm sure many other Marvel movies have done that, but that's something that really grinds my gears, really. Like, you lose that dramatic effect. There's a way to have humor in certain parts of a movie, but when you overdo it by putting things like that, it kind of derails the effect for me. And as much as this movie is called Doctor Strange, yes, we know we're going to know a lot about Doctor Strange. However, I don't think many of the other characters were really that developed, that fleshed out. Then again, I don't think we really needed that. I would have liked to know more about Casillas, why he wanted to do the things he did, as well as the characters of, let's say, Mordo. We didn't really know why he was there to begin with, and since he was such a close ally to Strange, it would have been good to like know what his motivations were. That is going to do it for my review of Marvel's Doctor Strange. I'm going to give Doctor Strange a score of a 9 out of 10. Guys, Marvel did it again. They hit a home run. The great thing about Marvel is they're always reinventing themselves. I mean, people could say they're tired of superhero movies. Oh, we get them so much. Well, you know, the thing that Marvel does is they create genres in themselves, kind of like, you know, you have your heist movie like Ant-Man, then you have your political thriller like Winter Soldier, and here we have Marvel's first foray into magic, and they couldn't have done it better. So thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you leave a comment in the comment section below. Tell me what you think of Doctor Strange. So thanks for watching. Bye-bye. So, if you liked the video, then make sure you go ahead and hit that thumbs up symbol. And if you like this video, please hit that subscribe button down below. Doing so will help you stay up to speed on all of my latest content. Speaking of which, there's a recent video right over there. I'm also on social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all at Star Raptor. So what are you waiting for? Let's get talking pop culture.